Hi everyone, welcome to the most boring part of the tutorials, the buttons and menu walkthrough. Wait, don't skip it yet, just like how you skip that IKEA manual and then miss that little one screw and regret later. But trust me, if you go through this, you'll fully unlock this gimbal's potential. Here, the on-off button. This also acts like a display so you know in which mode the gimbal is currently in. Because if you have the easy sling handle, you don't have a display. So this is the way to see in which mode your gimbal is currently in. Next, we have a quick POV mode button, a photo capture button, start and stop, then the mode button that lets you switch between different modes of this gimbal, which are presented here along the power button. Here we have a function button, which is customizable. You can have it permanently turn on or off. F mode button, press this to get into F mode quickly, or triple press it to get into selfie mode. Here we have the traditional focus wheel. Joystick control. Use this to control your camera's movement. Now let's walk through the menus. Alright, so press down to access the menus, press right to confirm, press left to go back. In this case, let's check out the motor settings. Here we can see it has different strengths for the motors. This is good for you definitely to go through and see which one suits you the best. So then you get the best experience with your camera and this gimbal. Next up, camera. Here you will see a bunch of different brands of cameras that you can choose from, like Panasonic or Sony. In this case, we're using a Panasonic GH5S. So to be able to also control the settings with this smart handle, then click on Panasonic. Now we can see that on the main display, we can see all the Panasonic settings. But if you want to use the wireless transmitter, definitely click on CCS. Wheel. This is the focus wheel and you can change its sensitivity when you turn it. You can also set AB points. If your lens does not have hard stops on each end, you can set these hard stops with AB points yourself. With clear, you can clear the settings of A point and B point. Here you can set the priorities, giving the priority of control on the handle or in external devices, or turn it off. You can also reverse the direction of the focus wheel if it suits you better. Joystick. This is the joystick that a lot of people use to control the camera's framing while PF mode, and you can also reverse the direction if needed. Rocker. This is the zoom rocker on the Smart Sling handle. You can also here set the sensitivity, the AB points, and also reverse if needed. Calibration. This step is very recommendable after you have upgraded your firmware. When you calibrate your gimbal, you will have a better experience with your camera package and the gimbal itself. Angle. Here you can fine-tune your pitch angle and roll angle. Focus. Here you can choose which focus module you have, light or max version. Key. Here's the previously mentioned customizable function key. You can, for example, set a favorite mode of yours to it. Or by default, it will lock all the buttons and joystick controls on this gimbal. About. This shows you on which firmware your gimbal currently is. Now back to the main menu, you will see that the settings of the Panasonic GH5S has already popped up. We can see that you can control the aperture, the shutter speed, the ISO, and also start and stop. Last step, the Zhiyun app. So what if you don't have a Smart Sling handle? Well, you can also change the settings via an app. Download the ZY Play app. First, open your App Store and enter ZY Play. Download and then open the app and connect to your Zhiyun Crane 3S gimbal. On the upper right corner, you can get into the menu and see all kinds of familiar menu settings. For example, some scene modes, or choose your type of camera to get it connected to the gimbal. And back to the main menu, we can also select the mode. For example, Go mode, F, PF, V, etc. And there's a mode called Sync Motion, which is really awesome. You can control the camera's movement with a gesture of your phone. This is great when shooting with two persons together. On the lower left here, you can deactivate or activate the Sync Motion function. Perfect! Now if you run into problems on set, you know how to solve them. Besides that, we have some upcoming very detailed tutorials. Definitely follow up on them and see you on the next one.